Imagine watching the biggest comedy show in America, and suddenly the stage turns into a chaotic, wild, once-in-a-lifetime rock concert. This is the story of when Will Ferrell, Chad Smith, and Paul McCartney completely tore up the stage on Saturday Night Live. It all started with a joke that had been circulating online for years. Many people thought Will Ferrell and Chad Smith were actually the same person. Their faces really do look incredibly similar. Even rock fans and movie audiences constantly mix them up. But what began as an internet meme eventually turned into one of the most iconic moments in SNL history. On the show, Chad Smith arrived with a full drum kit ready to play. But of course, Will Ferrell refused to be outdone. With his signature chaotic comedy style, he walked onto the stage dressed exactly like Chad Smith, complete with exaggerated rock star energy that immediately sent the audience into hysterics. Then came the most absurd drum battle ever seen on television. At first, Chad Smith delivered a powerful and technically brilliant drum performance, but seconds later, Will Ferrell answered with completely ridiculous, over-the-top drumming that was intentionally messy and chaotic. The audience exploded with laughter because it felt like a perfect mix of a real rock concert and a comedy sketch spiraling out of control. But the biggest surprise was still coming. Right in the middle of the drum battle, the studio lights shifted. A familiar riff began to play. And suddenly, living music legend Paul McCartney walked onto the stage. The entire studio instantly jumped to its feet. Without wasting a second, McCartney joined the madness by performing the legendary Beatles classic Helter Skelter. Chad Smith attacked the drums with full force. Will Ferrell danced and screamed around the stage like total chaos had taken over. And the SNL audience witnessed something unforgettable. Comedy, classic rock, and pure insanity colliding in one explosive performance. The moment instantly went viral and is still considered one of the greatest musical cameos in Saturday Night Live history. What made it special wasn't just the appearance of Paul McCartney, it was the chemistry. Everything felt spontaneous, loud, unpredictable, and completely alive. There was no distance between comedy and rock and roll. Everyone on stage simply embraced the madness together, and that's what made it magical. SNL created a night where a Beatle, a world-famous rock drummer, and a comedy superstar shared one stage, and turned it into one of the most entertaining disasters television had ever seen. Because sometimes the greatest moments in music aren't the most perfect ones. They're the ones nobody ever expected.